everybody. Hey everybody. Okay. Hey guys. Hey everybody. What's up, y'all? Come on in. Welcome to Real Talk Recovery, you guys, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm a person in a long-term recovery. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. Tonight we're going to be talking about Child Protective Services and fighting for your kids back. I actually have some girls that I'm working with. Hey, thank you. What's up, Emmy? I have some girls that I'm working with that are going through getting their children taken away and they're fighting for them back. So I thought we could talk about that. And hey, just curious, how are you doing? And anything else you guys are like wanting to talk about, y'all just tell me and we'll talk about it. So come on in, everybody. I am going to be on my best behavior because people have been reporting my content. So I've been getting banned a lot. So I'm trying to be on my best behavior and just make videos that are like really just, honestly, just kind of like PG, I guess. But I'm still doing the stupid deals I made with my dealer content. Yeah, I see y'all are liking those videos a lot. That makes me so happy. My girl Beyond Damage came up with that idea, so just so y'all know, it wasn't my idea at first. So so before I got into my active addiction, or no, when I was in my active addiction and I was hanging out with my friends who were also in active addiction, I can remember a couple of my friends getting their kids taken away by Child Protective Services. And I was always like, oh my God, I cannot believe that they would let their children get taken away. Like, what? I always thought that was so strange. Like, how could anyone ever let that happen? But you know what, you guys? Like, when you're in active addiction, it's not like you let things happen. It's like totally out of your control because you're actively using drugs and alcohol. So your mind is not in the right state. You're not in the right state of mind. You're out of your mind. And so that's why a lot of people, you know, get their kids taken away because they're not in their right state of mind. So when my son got taken away from me, honestly, he would have never gotten taken away if my friend hadn't called CPS on me, because nobody was the wiser that I was using, because I was at home. I didn't have a job. My son was not old enough to go to school yet. So we were just at the house. Nobody knew, you know. My friend is the one who turned us in. So come on in, y'all. I'll never forget the day that happened. It was July 2nd. My son's birthday is July 4th. It was July 2nd of 2015, and we were planning Nate's first birthday. And they had came by my house a couple of times. And I guess I didn't know that they had came, so they left a note. When they left that note, I grabbed it and I called them and I was like, why are y'all coming to my house, you know? And that's when they told me that there had been a report made of me neglecting my son and using drugs. And I mean, what are you going to do? Like, when it's the truth, I was on drugs, so it wasn't a lie. Now the neglecting part, no, I wasn't neglecting my son, but because I was on drugs, I couldn't be the best version of myself. You know, when you're using drugs and alcohol, I don't care what anyone says, you cannot be a good parent. You're not totally present, you know? And so I had to go up there and submit to a drug screen. It was horrible. It was horrible. But we got through it, and now we have Nate back. And that's why I share that stuff with you guys here, because I want to help you guys who are in the same situation. Maybe maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're using drugs, but you have kids and you're like, damn, I don't want to end up like Nicole did. I don't want to be in her situation. That's why I'm trying to share these things with you guys, because I don't want you guys to go down the same road that I went down. I don't want you guys to lose your kids like I lost my son. Because honestly, it was the worst experience of my whole entire life. Okay? Whole entire life. Worst experience by far. Hey Roxanne, somebody asked me why don't I call CPS on her, because I know she's in active addiction right now. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Because CPS took her daughter from her 5 months ago and gave her right back after a month, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, this is how ass backwards the system is. They came to my house. I had a home, a husband. Me and my husband had jobs, everything, right? And they took our son and kept him from us for a whole year. Her daughter, she doesn't have a job. She literally lives off the government. And her daughter is, like 12 or 13 years old, and she's using methamphetamine, and they come and take her daughter away for 4 weeks and then give her right back. Like, how's that even, what? Like, yes, my son went into foster care. So the reason why my son went into foster care, and if y'all don't mind, please share the video and like the video. Share it, like it. Share it, like it. And let me share this over to Facebook. Hold on, guys. Okay, so the reason why my son went to foster care was because I told them I wanted him to go to my mother-in-law's. So my mother and father-in-law went and filled out paperwork for my son to go with them. CPS said my son's grandparents were too old. They were in their 60s, you guys, okay? 60 years old. And that's how I knew that CPS was about some bullshit whenever they took my son. They denied my son going with his fucking grandparents, dude, which was ridiculous. Like, Neil's parents are straight laced, you know what I mean? And so when that happened, I was just like, well, he can't go to my mom's because my mom was in New York. And so he went to the foster care. But my sister-in-law wanted to take him, but I wouldn't let my sister-in-law take him because my sister-in-law is the kind of person who would keep him from me. And so there was no way I was going to give her my son. Absolutely no way. Now, if one of my sisters were able to do it, then I would have let them have my son, but not her, because she would have been like, no, it wouldn't have been good. But, I take full responsibility for my son getting taken away. Yes. So when Nathaniel got taken from me, I went into treatment right away. Okay. So I went into treatment. It was July 2nd or 3rd when he got taken, and I went in the same day. I actually had the caseworker drive me to the detox and drop me off there. So I went into detox. Sorry, y'all, I'm picking out my psoriasis in my ear. I went into detox, and I was there for 5 days. Then I asked them to let me stay one more day because they were going to let me out on a Sunday. And I was like, y'all can't be letting me out on the weekend. I need to go straight into rehab. So they kept me till Monday, and then I went straight into the rehab. That first week I got to see Nathaniel. And the first time I saw him, he had these red splotches all over his body. And I was like, what the fuck? And that's when I said, what is wrong with my son? Like, he has all these splotches all over his body. They didn't even know that there was anything wrong with him. He had hand, foot, and mouth disease because he was at some respite home for the first week. And so I was like, you guys need to take my son to the hospital. It was just a whole fucking, it was a whole horrible mess, you guys. It was a mess, okay? But that's why I'm telling you, like, you guys asked me, why don't I call CPS on the girl who called CPS on me? Because CPS literally took her daughter and gave her daughter back. And this girl is way worse than I ever thought about being. So just so y'all know, I actually went to the doctor for my psoriasis on Monday, and I got cream. Look at my knees, y'all. They look so much better because that's where I really have it bad at, is on my knees. Look. It's almost completely gone. You can't even see it. It's usually like white and crusty, and I can pick it off. I told y'all the story about my king. That was a true story too. So embarrassing. But anyway, when you're desperate for drugs, you do stupid shit. And somebody commented on that video and they were like, let me guess what color he was. He was white. And why does that matter? Like, why would that even matter? Like, I don't understand. I see a lot of, like, people commenting that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's little kids commenting that stuff. But, like, what does it matter what color my drug dealer was? Like, some of my drug dealers were white. Some of them were black. Some of them were Mexican. I mean, they were all different colors. You know, we're not prejudiced over here. Yeah, somebody, I don't know who it was, but I couldn't believe they commented that. I was like, why would you say that? And like, what would it matter anyway, you know? So anyway, I fought for my son, y'all, and it was hard. That's why I don't call CPS on people. Like, it's not good. If any of you guys have ever been through CPS, you would know why I wouldn't call them on someone else, because it's horrible. Unless you've been through it, you can't understand. So yeah, I've done some really stupid stuff when I was in active addiction, and I try to share that with people to help them feel like they're not alone, you know? Okay, so what's today's date? Today is August 4th, 5th, 6th. Okay, looking back, I have often reproached myself. How could you not have known what was happening? Alcoholism and addiction left messy tracks all over my life, yet I didn't see them. How could that be? Denial is one of the chief symptoms of this family disease. Denial, baby. Don't even know I'm lying. Some of us deny that the drinker or the user has a problem. Others are all too willing to blame him or her. Some of us deny that the drinker has a problem. Others are too willing to blame him or her for all of our problems, denying our own participation. Why? Because we alone can't defeat this disease. So we invent ways to survive the constant crisis, broken promises, lost hopes, and embarrassments. One way to cope is to deny the unpleasant or terrifying reality. We learn more productive ways in which to cope with alcoholism, ways that don't cost so much in loss of self. With the support of other members and with tools and principles that offer direction, we become able to face what is really going on. We go beyond mere survival and begin to live again. Today's reminder: at all times I have done the best I was able to do. If my only way to cope with a difficult situation was to deny it, I can look back with compassion to that person who saw no better option at the time. I can forgive myself and count my blessings for having come so far since then. Denial is one of the chief symptoms of this family disease. I like that. Denial, you guys, is one of the chief symptoms. You hear that? So, a lot of us, like, how many of you guys, when you were in active addiction, were like, no, I'm fine? I can tell y'all, this is the way I was. I always felt like I wasn't hurting nobody else. I was always like, why is everybody tripping, dude? I'm not hurting anybody. All I'm doing is getting high. Like, I'm not bothering anybody. What is their problem? You know, and it was because I was in denial. I didn't want to see the pain and the hurt that I was causing my family and my friends, you know? I didn't want to take responsibility for it. You know, when hold on, I got to go upstairs because it's hot down here. You know, when I finally got out of denial, you guys, it was one day after I had gotten sober, and I had been sober for like a year or so. And I was talking with my mom and dad, and my dad and my mom had just decided to move back to Arkansas. So for those of you guys that don't know, my parents actually moved out of the state because of my addiction. I was so sick in my addiction, and my parents were so worried that they left Arkansas because they couldn't watch me killing myself anymore. So they left the state, okay? And so one day I was on the phone with my dad, and he brought up a time that he said, do you remember when I picked you up from the rehab in Little Rock and we were bringing you back home for Thanksgiving dinner? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, do you remember sitting there and me asking you, why can't you just stop? Why can't you just quit? That's when I realized that my addiction was affecting more than just me, you know? A lot of the times, like, our addiction keeps us blinded. It makes us think that we're not hurting anyone else. And it's easy to say that. It's easy to say, well, I'm not hurting you. I'm just hurting me. I'm the one who's doing the drugs, not you. It's easy to say those things. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes the responsibility, and it makes it's easy for us to negate responsibility, you know? So, sorry y'all. Yeah, I used to think I could stop too. You know, I really realized I couldn't stop when I got on opiates. See, with meth it's a little different. Like, you can stop and you're not going to get like withdrawal, like sick withdrawal, like sore, like, I don't know how to explain. It's not like opiate withdrawal. But it still sucks. All withdrawal sucks, you know? But for a long time, the way my addiction was I would be addicted to opiates, then I would be addicted to benzos, then I would be addicted to meth, then I would be addicted to opiates. But it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, sometimes I would do them all at the same time. But it was hard. What do y'all, talk to me. What do y'all want to talk about? I'm kind of just like, I don't know what I want to talk. I was going to talk about Child Protective Services, but there's really not much to say about it. Other than you do not want to go to, you don't want your kids to get taken from you. Like, it's the worst thing you'll ever go through in your life. And when Nathaniel was taken away from me, you guys, it woke me up. It made me realize that was another situation where I finally realized that I wasn't just hurting myself. Like, now I have this beautiful son who depends on me, and I'm causing harm to my child. That's hard, dude. When you're so addicted to a substance that you can't stop even for your own kid. Like, I felt so much guilt and so much shame around that. I want y'all to understand that. Like, I am ashamed of that. I feel so guilty that I got my son taken away from me. I feel horrible, and I think about it every single day. Every day. I think about it every day, and I love my son so much, and I worry so much that my addiction is going to hurt him or harm him in some way in the future. You know, people comment that a bunch on my account. They'll say, well, you don't know what he's going to be like in the future. And it's almost like, do people not realize that I fucking realize that shit? Like, duh. You know what I mean? Like, don't you think I think about that? How to get help without going to rehab. You just, honestly, you can go to AA or NA. Oh, did I show you guys my new ring? I know a lot of y'all have seen it, but I think it's so pretty. Glenn, if you want to get help without going to rehab, baby, walk into an AA or an NA meeting. That they'll help you there. You can go to one in your town, and they'll help you. I know I got them back. It's just, you guys, it's still something I deal with. I still have a lot of guilt and shame around that, you know, so. I'm trying these different filters. Y'all tell me which one y'all like. That's foggy. Oh well. I don't know. what I did, I went to treatment, but there was times when I got sober for like like a short period of time, and I got sober through going to AA and NA, not NA, AA. I've never like really been into NA. It's not my style, you know. Thank you. You guys, I've got to get this tooth file down. We did this makeup look today. If y'all missed it, look how fucking pretty that shit is, dude. Look at how pretty that is. What's up, chubby cool mama, you sexy thing? I see you, girl. Love ya. Hey, Crystal. What's up, girl? Not much, not much. I was coming on here and I was going to do like a little group or something, but then I was like, we got to talking about different stuff. What do y'all want to talk about? I need to reach out to Crystal because I was banned yesterday. I couldn't go live yesterday, y'all. And so it's like every time I turn around, I'm getting banned over here. Confess things? What do you need to confess, boy? Glenn, what you need to confess, honey? Oh, I also want to tell you guys, I shut my DMs off. So if you want to DM me, you have to follow me on Instagram and DM me there at Real Talk Recovery. Because these DMs, dude, I can't, there's so many of them that I'm not able to like decipher which ones are the most current. I hate how TikTok has their DMs. So please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is, hold on, I'll put it in the comments. Real Talk Recovery, just like that on Instagram. Make one, Crystal. I'm serious, y'all, because I cannot get, or you can, if you can't if you don't have an Instagram, then email me here. Okay, hold on. You can email me on Dr. B's email at getdrb@gmail.com because I answer his emails. Or if you don't want him to see it, because he'll see that one. I need to get one. I need to make a new email that's like Real Talk Recovery. So let me make a new email. So that way y'all will have a way to reach me, okay? Anchor Girl, we did this look today. You should have been there. Were you there? I don't know if you were there. I think you were for a little bit of it. But yeah, these eyeshadows are fucking chef's kiss. What's up, Nick? Tell me, what's up? Also, you guys, I made snitching on your addiction shirts. Did y'all know that? Let me see this. Let me see this. Let me see this, Nick. Okay, well, come on, Nick. Join the live. Thank you. Thank you, Havana. Glenn, that's okay. You don't have to confess that, honey. You don't have to confess that. You guys, I made snitching on your addiction shirts. And listen, Missy, they're cool. Go to my backup account and click the link. It's Bonfire. It's www.bonfire.com/Real Talk Recovery. And you'll see it. All they are is like gray, black, purple, different color shirts. It says Real Talk Recovery right here. And then on the back, it says keep snitching on your addiction. And it has two hands, holding hands with a heart. And it says Real Talk Recovery underneath. And they're only like $25, y'all. So y'all need to go get one. Keep snitching on my addiction. I need to get the link, y'all. Let me get the link. Hold on. It's really cool, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm proud of these ones. bonfire.com/. I think it's that. Bonfire.com /Real Talk Recovery. They're cool. And the one I had to order myself one because, you know, I don't get free ones. I ordered one and it has the baseball sleeves. You know what I'm talking about? How it's like solid on this side and then you can get different color sleeves that are 3/4 lengths. And so that's what it is. I got those baseball tees and then regular tees. Oh, Nick, that's great. Hey, Noah, where you been, fool? I hadn't seen you in a while. Did you guys see the punk that was giving me a hard time calling me less than average? Fuckers. Yeah, anybody that wants to join this live, just send me a request if you want to join and, you know, share or anything. I don't mind. Just, you can share. Hey, Ron, how you doing, honey? Hey, Jordan, really? What? Tell me all about it, honey. What do we got in common? I want to hear. Oh, you're one person away from there you go, honey. I got you to 1,000. There you go. You're at 1,000 now, ho. Now you need to come on here and share with us. Yeah, sure. Come on up. Tell me something about your life. Oh, shoot. That sucks. Okay, well, you can anytime. I mean, anytime you can. So now you got 1,000, so you can. Okay? Okay. So, you guys, I started using when I was 17, okay? And when I was 17 years old, it wasn't that bad because I was just like experimenting, I guess you could say. I was doing like, you know, drinking and smoking and doing meth, but it wasn't like hardcore until I graduated high school. Well, I was a really heavy drinker in high school, you guys. I would drink so much that I would shut the club down. I would go in, and I was underage. Okay, I would go in, and I had a fake ID. So for those of you guys that don't know, oh gosh, hold on, Les. I'm gonna get the link. Hold on, let me get my big ass rolled over. Oh, okay. Hold on, just a second, okay? Which is addicted to crime. Okay, go to my backup account, which is addicted to crime. Go to that account right there, and then there'll be a link right underneath my picture. Click that link, and that'll take you to the t-shirts. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all like these shirts, then I will keep making different designs, and y'all can help me design them. So let me go get my husband's phone. Hold on. So that way I can show y'all where they're at. Hold on just a second, okay? Hey, babe, can I use your phone for a second? I'm trying to show them where these shirts are. Okay. Now I'm going to show y'all. Hold on. Because I'm really proud of them. TikTok, you don't stop. I'm such a nerd. Okay. Hey, Micah. I'm showing everybody the new shirts I made. Watch yourself. Fuck around and get beside yourself. I know. Okay. Are y'all ready to see the shirts? Okay. So these are the ones that I'm the most excited about. So, okay, so here's the front, and you can get different colors. It just says Real Talk Recovery in small letters. That way it's kind of chill. You might not want everybody to know. And then on the back is when it gets like, booyah! On the back it says, keep snitching on your addiction. Real Talk Recovery.
What?
Okay. So, let me get the link.
Well, it might not taste that bad. It might taste like chicken.
Okay. Isn't that cool? I thought it was cool too. And then we have the regular t-shirts, you guys. Like I have maroon, purple, turquoise, black, and gray. Okay, so the maroon one, I should have thought better when I did the colors. Maybe I'll add more colors. Okay, but they're cool. They're cool. See? Keep snitching on your addiction. So, anyway, I'm excited. I hope you guys like them. I need to get the link and put it here on my bio here on this TikTok account. So let me see if I can do that. It's www.bonfire.com/Real Talk Recovery. Yay! I'm glad you guys like them. Y'all want to help me?
Hey, Dr. B, so can smoking weed give you psychosis? This is,
These are the two most devastating addictions that I have ever... Okay. Okay, so let me see if I can... Do I have them on here? How do you feel, girl? Candace, how do you feel? Why can't you see my link? This is so weird. Oh, sorry. Yes, Jordan. Hold on. No, I didn't. Why didn't I? Send it again. I know. Almost to 100K, you guys. Why do people do this? I'm trying to fix this so we can, because it should be on my beacons, but it's not. Why is it showing up on my addicted to crime one, but not on here?
So the doctor actually prescribed me this pain.
Is it like, that's what I need you to tell me that, because I want to know how I'm going to feel, girl. Huh. How do I send a request? Hold on. I totally get it. Hold on. Maybe it's because I have Ryan here. Ryan, what's up, bub?
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Ryan. What's up, honey?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. Had the day off from work. Doing good.
That's what's up. So
I been helping a couple of people and that are struggling. So I actually referred them to Dr. B's. So hopefully they can get help from you guys and stuff. So I've been sending people your way.
oh, that's awesome, man. We appreciate it for sure. And anytime
Of course.
you could just give them the phone number in my bio and tell them to give me a call. I try to answer it. The only time I don't answer that number is if I'm live here with you guys, okay?
Okay. But it's one of my best friends, Josh. He's been struggling for like 12 years, and he finally went to treatment in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
And He's been clean and sober about 60 days, but he wants more help. And they booted him out after 60 days because that's how long the insurance would pay for it. So,
Oh, okay. Well, I can help him find just regular, like, like we do here, online support and stuff in different groups and stuff like
okay.
that.
Yeah, that would be good. I will give him the phone number. He's getting out in like 3 days from now. So when he gets out, I will give him the information.
Okay, cool. Tell me how long you've been sober, and tell me how you got sober.
Well, on July 16th, I celebrated 15 years. Clean and sober,
Damn!
one day at a time.
What was your drug of choice?
I was a heroin addict for 10 years.
Damn.
I have an addicted personality. So I was addicted to more alcohol, more drugs. You know, I did whatever I wanted to do to get the drugs, you know. So
I'm really proud of you, man. That's a lot of time.
I did stuff I thought I would never do. I said,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go that low, you know.
I totally understand.
I'm glad to be in long-term recovery and help other people. That's what I do daily, you know.
Hell yeah. I'm
That's
really
my
proud of you, man.
That's my full-time job.
Where do you work at? Tell us what you do for a living.
I work for Steven Tyler for his drug addiction in Pensacola, Florida. So I'm on staff
Oh,
with
okay.
him for his
He
team.
has a treatment center.
Treatment center, yes. Called Recovery Unplugged.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you worked there.
Yeah, I've been with him for about 10 years now.
Congratulations.
The one cool thing is I get to work from home. And every so often I fly to Florida for, business meetings and up-to-date information and things like that. So I'm going to do a lot of Zoom and stuff. But my background prior to this is I'm a chef. So I actually went down there when he celebrated 20 years, and I made all the food for it, and we celebrated with the community and played music, of course, because that's their emphasis is playing music is part of recovery, and that soothes the soul and helps you.
I believe that. That's true.
Clean and sober. So it's an amazing journey. So I love to cook. So that's what I do, also, and I do this. So I got 2 jobs, really.
Damn. Well, I'm really proud of you, man. For real.
Of course, I love being sober. I've done more things in sobriety than I did when I was in my active addiction.
Being sober is way better because we can actually do things and remember it.
Yeah, I can remember it. Like, we got together and we did a sober cruise. We actually went to Carnival Cruises. They gave us a discount, and we went on a 7-day cruise. Cozumel, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Virgin Islands for 7 days, and it was amazing.
Damn, that sounds like fun.
That was a blast.
Hell yeah.
Best time ever, And even if we have bad times, I can get through it. Like 2.5 weeks ago, I got a disturbing phone call from my sister. I couldn't understand what she was saying. She was screaming and yelling. I said, calm down, what's going on? Her husband, who's my brother-in-law, got killed in a car crash.
I'm so sorry.
I flew out to Minnesota to be with my sister, and for the funeral and all that. Then we sold the house, fixed it up, sold it. She bought a smaller house. He left behind three kids. My niece, Anastasia, she's like 17, 16, as Bella, and my autistic nephew, who's 13. So they're devastated. They cry every day and stuff. And so I spent like 3 weeks there, condoling my sister and being there for her, because I'm the baby brother, but I love my sister and I'm there for her no matter what.
Yeah.
And my brother. My brother came in from Portland to be with family,
Yeah.
So,
well, you're sober now. If you weren't sober, you wouldn't be able to be there for your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the beauty of being sober, is that now we can actually be there when our family needs us, and not leave them hanging. And so,
I get to have feelings today.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm sad, and I'm still grieving over the loss of my brother-in-law, and obviously my sister's devastated. But my sister don't have to use. She just celebrated 12 years of sobriety 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow. Tell her I say congratulations too.
Well,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
I mean, we were all in it. My mom did drugs and alcohol. I was around it all my life, pretty much. And I got taken away from DCF. I lived in
Mhm.
65 lost homes, dozen group homes, 4 institutions because of what happened to me and stuff like that. So I had all those emotions built up into me. So I thought alcohol would fix the problem. I thought the drugs would fix the problem. But you know what? I woke up the next day, chased the drugs and the alcohol, but I thought that would fill the void in my life, but it wasn't. And I thank God that I'm born again Christian. I believe in the power of prayer, and God helps all people every day to get through whatever they're going through. And I don't have to use today, and
Amen, man.
I get to be present for other people that are struggling.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing. Your TikTok, I love it. I'm gonna buy like 5 shirts, and I'm gonna give 4 shirts away to people that are struggling and stuff
Oh
like that.
man.
And
Look,
I'm gonna.
just so you know, just so everybody knows, the money that we raised from the shirts, I have $220 set back that we raised from the other shirts. I just want to raise like $300 or $400 more, and then we're going to take that money and we're going to find someone who's in early recovery, who's struggling to pay their rent at their sober living house. We're going to find somebody who's really, really in need and who is really serious about staying sober, and we are going to give that money to them to pay their first month's rent or to
It's
help them.
awesome.
So I'm going to reach out to some different sober livings all over the United States and ask them, hey, do you guys have anyone that you think is in need and that's serious about their sobriety? Because we want to gift them this money to pay their rent.
That's awesome. Speaking of sober living, I just got all my paperwork back from the state of Vermont. I'm starting 2 sober houses.
Oh wow, that's cool. So maybe if you start one, maybe by the time y'all get it started, we'll have the money raised.
That's awesome.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I already got some federal grant money and stuff like that. We already bought the 2 houses. It's on 25 acres. I'm gonna have a working farm. We're gonna grow our own fruits and vegetables. We're gonna be self-sustainable, solar panels, and I already got a program director. I used to be a program director at a recovery center here in Vermont that unfortunately shut down. And so we're going to have like NA and AA meetings in there for the public and stuff. And I'm just going to help out another struggling addict, have a place to live that's clean and sober. We're going to have structure. We're going to have cameras everywhere. Just not going to place where you can come and flop and think that you're going to get a free ride, because
Right.
you gotta work the program. You know, that's where it's at. You know,
Well,
it's serious.
I appreciate you jumping up here with me. Please message me though so we can get you scheduled for a day to tell your story, okay?
Yes, I would love to do that.
All right,
Yes, I will
man.
message you.
All right.
Thank you,
Love
Nicole.
I'll holler
Love
at you
you
later.
too. Yes. Bye bye.
That was awesome. Thank you, Ryan, for jumping up here with me. If anybody else wants to jump up here with me, I would love to have you come up here and share just for a little bit. Anybody is welcome to come up and share. I'm really loving the fact that you guys can come up and share now. This is absolutely amazing. So I'm not getting off. You guys can come on with me. So if any of you guys want to come up, just like Ryan just came up and shared, you can come up here and share where you're at in your recovery, how you're feeling, what you're working on, what you're struggling with. If you need suggestions and you want to like throw something out there to the group, you can throw something out there to the group. And we'll just kind of like go back and forth. So anybody that's willing to come up and share, go ahead and send a request and I'll bring you up, okay? So I like this. I like having people on. Yeah, Ryan, I like that you came on. You broke the ice for everybody. So hopefully somebody else will have the courage to come up and share too. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. It doesn't matter if you have been sober for 1 day or if you've been sober for 15 years. It doesn't matter. You can come up and share. It doesn't matter if you're not sober. If you're not sober and you're struggling and you want to come up here and talk, come on up. Send in a request. I'll bring you up here with me and you can share about what you're going through, how you're feeling, and if you need some feedback, we can give you some feedback, okay? So come on up. Don't be afraid. Okay, let me see. What was I going to do? I'm going to, oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys. So a lot of you guys, y'all don't know that I have a YouTube channel, and so I want to show you guys, like for a lot of you guys that missed the makeup and chat that we had today, I uploaded the makeup and chat on my YouTube channel. So here's my YouTube channel, which is Real Talk Recovery with Nicole. And then I'll show y'all the makeup and chat we had. So today, we did a makeup and chat. And so y'all could, if y'all missed it and y'all want to see it, you can go on there to YouTube and you can watch me do my makeup. You were getting prescriptions from your doctor? See? And we had William came up and shared with us, and we had a whole, so anytime you guys like miss a live stream, that's what I do. I put it on my YouTube channel, okay? So where am I at in my recovery? I guess I can share with you guys where I'm at in my recovery, and maybe it'll inspire you to come up and share where you're at. So I have been struggling with being like really tired lately. I don't know about you guys, but like I have just been feeling not like my normal self. I was telling my husband about it, and I was telling my the people that I work doing recovery coaching with, okay? That I have just been feeling. Who's trying to join? You guys, hey Jordan, are you trying to join? I don't know what, because listen to me, it's letting, okay. How do you have to? Oh, you're trying to join? I don't know why it's not saying it. It's not saying it. New requests will appear here, and that's what it says. And it has 0 requests. So, is it because you're banned, Jordan? I think so. Ryan, how did you do it? Did you just send a request? Send me a request, you guys. That's what you have to do, okay? I'm not sure. All I did is send the request and I hit the thing on your screen. Hey Vicky, so if it says no live access, you guys, then that's telling you that you don't have live access. So do we know if we have to have it? Do you have to have 1,000 followers to do it, you guys? Because Jordan, you just got 1,000. So I think that maybe it just doesn't realize that you have 1,000 yet. There's a box on your page that says send guest request. On my page, guest request, no. Because, like, I can send requests to, let me see who it was. Like here, it says invite recovery angel. Like, I can invite her. It tells me, like, who I can invite on here. And it on y'all's, on Nick's, on Jordan's, it doesn't even say I can invite you, Ryan. Oh yeah, it does right there. It does right there. Okay. Let me see if it does on yours. Oh, it doesn't say it on yours, Nick, because you don't have enough followers, I think. Let's see if it says it on Jules. Skunked, you can come up here too, Skunked, Jules. Guest request, got one. Hey, Micah.
Hey.
What's
I'm
up,
just trying to see
girl?
if I was one of the lucky ones that connected. It's just on the bottom right corner. That's what it says for me. So
What does it say?
like next to the comments. Like next to the comments, like right to the right, you just hit guest request and then you see it on your end.
Okay.
But maybe
okay.
not everybody has that, you know.
Okay.
Maybe it's good.
So tell us how you're doing in your recovery. Tell us how long you've been sober, and tell us what you're working on and what you're struggling with, and let's talk about it.
So I have been sober since March 20th of 2021. So like almost 6 months, yeah. I kind of quit counting, but I know it's almost 6 months. I just got health insurance back, so I've been diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder, and I've started meds. It's my second, almost 3 weeks taking my meds, so I'm still not really feeling them, I guess. I don't know. He said it'll take like 6 weeks, and then it's kind of like a trial and error thing to feel better. At the beginning of my recovery, I was definitely depressed, but I just feel like that's to be expected. It's like a whole new life, a whole new way of life. So, I'm definitely feeling a lot better. Prioritizing things, staying busy. I've always been told idle hands are the devil's tools. So my way of coping, I guess, is just staying busy and staying on routine. I have to have routine, or I will go crazy.
What medicines do they put you on for the bipolar 2?
I'm on Zoloft and like an anti-anxiety medication. It's called like, what is it? It's with a H. I can't be on any, I can't be on anything like benzos because I'm on Suboxone as well. So it's just like a low dose anxiety medication.
Okay.
I can take that if I want to. I don't have to take that. He just said if I'm feeling really anxious to take it.
Hydroxyzine?
So, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Brooke knew what it was. So does it make, are you feeling okay that you've been taking the medicine, or is it making you feel out of...
So he told me to, like, he said that if I'm feeling too good to call him back, like, that's bad. And I was like, what the fuck, I told my mom, I was like, he literally told me if I feel too good to call him back, that's not a good thing. But I mean, I feel good, but I don't feel too good, The first couple days, I kind of felt groggy, like drowsy a little bit, but after about a week, it went away. So I think it's doing its job. I don't know. I've been asking like people around me, like if they could tell. I've been like journaling if I have symptoms, just so I can tell them next month.
How is it going now that you have... So Micah just recently, well, not recently, but she's been having to take care of her sister's kids and make sure that they get to school. So Micah is basically being a mom now, and she's never had kids. So how is that going with being... Because her sister went to treatment. So do you want to share with us about that?
Yeah, I can share about that. So I love my nieces so much, and honestly, getting them to school and getting their clothes washed and lunches packed and hair fixed, it all just gives me purpose, honestly. Like I just feel like I'm like born for this. I don't know, but my sister, she got accepted into treatment in California. It's called Muse Recovery Center. Here in Oklahoma, we know several addicts that have went to this treatment center, and I don't want to speak bad about it if anybody has went there or has experiences, but we know lots of people who have came back from this treatment center and with no success. I mean, they just go and come back. So we're kind of scared about it. She had an option to go to a rehab center closer to home, and her reasoning for not going to that one was she said she didn't want them to be in her business. So I'm kind of scared that my sister's not ready yet. Again, I think she's playing us, honestly. So
Yeah.
I'm really scared for that. I pray for her and I want her to be better. I know she has it in her because she can do it. She did it once. She was clean for 3 years after being an addict for over 10.
Yeah.
So I know she has it in her. I just don't know if she's ready yet to
I'm looking up this place. I'm gonna ask Dr. B about it because, like, I've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'd like to know. She's had her phone every night, which is like also weird to me. She's been calling the girls a little bit too late for my liking, and her and I aren't really on speaking terms.
Will you shut my door right here so I can hear?
What?
Because y'all are loud. Can you shut the door? Thank you. Sorry.
I'm probably soft spoken. It's okay. Her and I really aren't on speaking terms right now, which is fine. But she has no plans of mending our relationship. I would be okay with it, but she unfortunately does not want that. And that's another sign, like, I don't know. I just kind of feel abandoned by her, I guess. She stopped talking to me like 2 days before I got sober. And when she got sober the first time, I was right there because I hadn't been in addiction yet when she got sober the first time. So, but she's got her phone and she's posting on Facebook by the beach. It's in Los Angeles. She's calling us a little too late for the girls. It's like midnight our time, so it's like 10 o'clock there. And I'm like, she knows they're in school, so I'm like, why are you calling that late? And why? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, you know that she probably has like resents you because you got sober before she did.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And she probably feels ashamed because, you're the little sister, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're the little sister.
I'm the favorite.
Yeah, so your relationship was like with your sister is a lot of like my relationship was with my sister. My sister is younger than me. I'm the oldest. And so me and my sister's relationship was really, really rocky when I was first getting sober. Like it was bad. And so give it time. She'll come around and she's going to if she's really serious about getting sober, then she'll get sober and she'll come back and she'll be changed. You know what I mean? Hopefully that place is really a good place. I mean, it says they have dual diagnosis and everything. I mean, a lot of
mental health has got to be in check.
A lot of treatment centers over in California are different. Like they allow the kids to have their phones. They're allowed to like go and do stuff. It's like more, it's not like the same. Here in Arkansas, you would never have your phone in treatment.
Right. In Oklahoma, no, it was the same here as well. That's why I was shocked. Like we wanted a break from her and I feel like the kids needed it too. And like, the girls are like scared to tell their feelings towards her and it just pisses me off so bad. It's like they got her scared. She's got them so scared of her or something. It's just weird. Like they respect her so much and the 10-year-old will get off the phone and be like, this makes me so upset. She'll tell me, but she won't tell her mom. I encourage her to, but she's only 10. She's just scared. She doesn't want to hurt her feelings. That's what it is.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to say anything to her mom because she probably thinks if she does, then mom will go and relapse and leave the treatment center.
Yeah.
So those little girls are going through a lot of pressure right now. Like y'all have them in counseling, right?
It's about to start. Yeah. The smallest one, she's speech delayed, which I've noticed for a long time. My mom was in denial about it, but when DHS got called, remember I called you that day and told you, when the lady was evaluating our homes, she evaluated my home and my mom's home. A complete stranger noticed that the 19-month-old was speech delayed. So when somebody that doesn't even know us noticed, I told my mom, I said, you know what, we should take this speech therapy that they're offering us because she's seeing it as a one-time thing. We see her every day. We just are convinced she's beautiful and cute and she does everything right, but she's not talking. Like that's factual. I don't know. I've done some reading on it, but she's 19 months old. She doesn't really say anything. She says hi. That's it.
She might need her ears checked.
That's what I told my mom. I was like, we gotta, we've kept Lacey, or my sister, I should say her name. Her name's Lacey. I don't think she was keeping up with appointments, but since we got them, they went to the dentist, they went to primary care, they've done all that. So, it's kind of, I guess we're just going to have to follow see diagnosis or something, maybe autism. I'm not really sure.
Nathaniel was not speaking either, and it was because he couldn't hear. So I got his ears checked, and he had to get tubes. The minute they put the tubes in his ears, he started to hear us, and he started... You could see it because he had the tubes. He woke up, we were saying his name, and he was like... It was totally so like cute. He could hear us because that was the problem. I could remember, and this was when I was high still. I would say Nathaniel, and he wouldn't turn around. and I was like really, really, even though I was under the influence, I was still able
Right.
to realize that there was something going on. And so I called my mother-in-law and I was like, and my mom, and I'm like, I think Nate is deaf, you know? And they were like, no, he's not deaf because he can hear to a point, but he doesn't hear when we're like calling him, or it was weird. But he got his ears checked and he was just like, then he didn't
That's
stop
awesome.
talking.
I'm hoping that this is the case for London too. I know that my sister is never one to quit smoking pregnant. She's just not. Um, I think that she was drinking a little when she was pregnant with her. I'm not sure. I think that's when it started, when it began
Yeah.
again. Um, my sister is a poly addict, and it was always methamphetamines and alcohol. That was like her main, cocktail. But she married this guy after 2 months of dating, and his DOC was heroin. And I think she started doing heroin as like a bonding thing. That's what I think, because she
Yeah.
always was against opiate use. She used to like look down on me. She'd be like, "You like, why do you take those? Like, you're just like our mom." She would tell me that. And then she started doing heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been a beast. I've never seen her so addicted to something as heroin. It was just awful. Sores like all over her face. Like I saw her and I started crying. I was like, who is this standing in front of me? She was my size within a month. Like when she had the baby, the baby's 19 months old, so she still had all her, pregnant weight and getting sober weight. She got sober and then got pregnant. So
How hard is it to love somebody? How hard is it to love somebody that's struggling with addiction when you're an addict yourself?
oh, it's so hard because it's everywhere. Like it's all around me. It's so hard. That's
Yep.
probably the hardest thing because I'm always having to think about addiction in negative ways. Versus like when I get on TikTok, I will see all the awesome stories and everything. But when I in my home life and not necessarily my household, but right down the street, I have to see it always because my parents are still in active addiction. My dad and my mom. Um, well, we got one that's in denial, but my dad definitely knows he's an addict. Um, a couple weeks ago, my dad had actually told me, he's like, I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to drink anymore. I was like, all right, let's go to detox. I'll pay for it. Let's go. And then he's like, no, I think I can just kick it myself. So then I'm like, fuck, you're not ready either, But I left the door open. I said, hey, if you ever need help, let me know. But so hopefully he'll come around.
How
We'll
are
see.
you? How are you taking care of yourself? Yeah, I hear you talking about taking care of everybody else, but what are you doing for yourself and your recovery?
I definitely try to check into your lives as much as I can. It's been really busy with school the first couple weeks, but definitely try to check into your lives. I feel like getting myself therapy has helped a whole lot as well. I talked to my counselor, my Suboxone doctor. Definitely keep sober friends around. That helps a whole lot. I have a few sober friends like in my area.
Really?
Yeah. She's a recovering alcoholic, but she's got like a year sober.
That's
It's
cool.
like 308 days or something like that, and she works the AA, but she doesn't judge or anything. That's good. She knows I'm on mat and all that, so
That's
it's nice to have
cool.
someone. We go hang out with our friends that are drinking and everything, and her and I are just like drinking our Red Bulls. So that has been nice. That's been cool. So I
Good.
have been around, and I'm around alcohol and stuff, and around my job. So I don't know. I just don't feel like alcohol was ever my thing.
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's easier to not want or crave that because I never really liked it in the first place. But I know it could potentially lead to things. I'm not, blind to that. But
Oh no, you're
I just
doing
try to
good.
set
You're doing
healthy
good, Mikey.
boundaries
You're doing
and
good.
self
I'm proud
care.
of you.
Self care is for sure needed.
And what are you down to? I know you tapered down on your Suboxone. What milligram are you on now?
I'm 3 milligrams. I
Good.
know it's crazy, but I don't know. I was trying to take what was prescribed, and it was just making me feel really sick, really tired, and
Hmm.
worse. Now that I look back, I don't know if it was like my mental health that was, coinciding with it, or I don't know. But I was just feeling worse. And so I just was like, maybe let's try to take less. Or one day I tried to take more and I was sicker. And then I just tried to take less each day. And then it's like once I got to like 3 milligrams, I was fine. I was better. And I didn't experience withdrawal, but maybe it was just what my body needed. I don't know.
When you go from like you probably would have experienced like some withdrawal if you had dropped below the 2 milligram mark. But
yeah, that's what
I'm telling you, like for me, I had the same reaction. So I had been on Suboxone for like 2 or 3 years, and I was at 12 milligrams. And one day I was just I felt so lethargic, and I'm not talking like high. I'm talking about tired and worn down and depressed. And I was like, dude, what is going on? Like, I felt great when I first started Suboxone, and now I feel like it's turning against me. And that's when I talked to my doctor. And when I tapered down, it was like it lifted this, like, it was like there was this veil of darkness over me, and it lifted it up, and I felt amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
So I feel the same way.
I have a friend as well. She's on MAT, and she says she's allergic to naloxone.
Mm-hmm.
She says that it breaks out in hives, and she's just allergic to it, so she has to take Subutex.
Mm-hmm.
But she's struggling to find a doctor to prescribe her Subutex. So I think she's gotten into some trouble with a couple of our local doctors. Like when they had told her to come in for a pill count, something was off or something like that. But I think she's serious now about being sober. So hopefully she can find a doctor that will
tell her to try the teledoctors.
Yeah. She's the one who helped me get into my doctor. So she's like, she knows the resources. I don't know.
Okay.
She's very smart, but I don't know. I'll tell her. I'll try to tell her that. But it kind of sucks because she's like, I don't want to withdraw. So I'm continuing to take this medication that's making me, literally an allergic reaction. So,
yeah. Some people have that. Some people have like a blister breakout underneath their tongue.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess it could be a lot worse. I'm thankful that my body's like, all right, you're fine. But, I don't want to be on this forever. I definitely don't. I want to eventually be like free of it, it's not that I'm ashamed of it. I just, when you go in the doctor and you say it, and then you like feel the like just like vibe change. I hate that.
I understand. I mean, I want to be free from Suboxone too. So I understand.
It's like I said, I'm so proud of it. It's like saved my life, like gave me purpose. And my mom always told me that Suboxone would save my life. She claims that Suboxone saved her life, and I think to some extent it did. I think it slowed her down for sure.
Yeah.
And if that's all it did, I guess I'm happy for that. But yeah, she always told me she's the very first person, me and my mom have used together. I'm pretty transparent about that. She told me one day I was like feeling, it was my first experience with withdrawal. I was like, man, I'm not feeling so hot. She's like, you're probably withdrawing. She's like, here, take a little piece of this. I was like, no, that's weird. Like, that's fake shit, That's what I thought it was. I thought Suboxone was some lab-made orange nasty shit. I don't know. So I took the piece, and 15 minutes later, I felt better. I'm like, what the hell? So I always knew I had a way out, and I can't imagine feeling hopeless, like not knowing about it. That's why I feel like everybody should just talk about it, because there is a way out, There is a way out that's not misery completely. So
I'm proud of you, girl. Thank you for coming in and doing a checkup with us. I do want to get you on for another live though. Like I want to talk about, I want us to do another live where we do like an hour live together, and maybe we can talk about how it was when Child Protective Services came to y'all's house, because a lot of girls on here that are reaching out to me are going through that. And so maybe you could share about what your experience was, and I could share about my experience, with Child Protective Services. Okay?
Of course. Yes, I will. I think my actual 6-month mark is September 20th.
Okay.
So maybe we could do that September 20th on my anniversary.
Okay, it's a deal.
Okay. Love you.
I love you
Thanks
too, girl.
everybody for watching me. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Wait, you ended or me?
I got you. Okay, guys, that was Micah, baby. That was my girl. Micah and me have actually been working together for the last 6 months since she got sober. She reached out to me like around March, and I helped her go off of pills onto Suboxone, and she's been with me ever since. And she's a good person. She's really doing a good job. I'm proud of her. Hey, Chase, what's up? So anybody that wants to come up and share how you're doing in your recovery, where you're at in your recovery, if you're struggling in your recovery, you can come up and share. And don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Okay? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So let's go back. I want to tell y'all about the shirts. So we have shirts, and I'm going to show them to you right now. They are Real Talk Recovery, Snitching on Your Addiction shirts. Okay. Oh,
Hey, Dr. B.
okay. Do not make fun of me. But I want to show y'all. So you can go to www.bonfire.com/Real Talk Recovery, and you can get it says Real Talk Recovery on the front, and then on the back it says Keep Snitching on Your Addiction, Real Talk Recovery. And you can get them in different colors, okay? And then also we have the baseball tees. Same thing with the Snitching on Your Addiction on the back. So I thought that was cool. Oh, what? You got coronavirus, Missy? Neil got his test because he was sick the other day, but he doesn't have it. Thank goodness. I was really worried about it. But those are at bonfire.com. It's bonfire.com, Real Talk Recovery. No, you look fine. Y'all look great. I like that. That's why I like the baseball ones too, girl. So I'll have to make a video with the link to it so that way y'all can find them easier. Yeah, Neil's came back negative too. Thank goodness. That makes me worried. 18 days till my case closes. Hell yeah. Congratulations, Chase. I haven't seen you in forever. Where you been? Going through CPS is hard, y'all. It's not fun at all. I know. Also, y'all go, please follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. I gotta go potty real fast, so y'all get to hang out for a second. And I'll be right back. I gotta go pee. I would take you with me, but that's not good. Much better. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I had to go potty. Oh, my stomach. Hey, Diana, are you in here? Y'all really miss? Oh, gosh. Diana, you got it too? I have to go back September 3rd to get my second coronavirus shot, the vaccine. Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I do not want to get that. So, let's see. Okay, so I'll tell you guys. If anybody wants to come up and share, like, how you're doing in your recovery, how you're feeling, what you're struggling with, just send a request and you can join the live with me, okay? So, like I was saying, I was feeling really just tired and not like myself. I went to the doctor, yes, and I got this checked, you guys. She measured it. What's the website? Bonfire, BONFIRE, and it's www.bonfire.com/Real Talk Recovery. Or just type in Real Talk Recovery and it should bring it up. In fact, let me see, because I'm going to get upset about this if it's not easy for y'all to find it. Bonfire t-shirts. So you go to Bonfire and then let's see. And like I said, the proceeds, search all campaigns. Then you go to search campaigns and then you type in Real Talk Recovery. Real Talk Recovery. Really? Why isn't it showing up? Real. Huh, hold on guys, let me see. Why isn't it showing up? This is gonna piss me off. Huh. Let me see, guys. Hold on. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I know. I'm seeing that. Hold on a second. I gotta figure it out, you guys. So when I go to my backup account, Addicted to Crime, Ryan, go to Addicted to Crime and look right here, you guys. See that link right there on Addicted to Crime? Click that link. Boom. When I click that link, it takes me right to it. I don't understand why it's not. Because see, Real Talk Recovery with Nicole. Huh. Yeah, go to my backup account, you guys, and click the link because I don't know why it's not showing up. So we got t-shirts though. T-shirts, baby. I need to, let's see if I can log in and get to it that way, and then we'll see if I can fix it. So I'll tell y'all how I'm doing in my recovery, okay? So I was really getting down and out like a couple days ago because every time I turned around, my content was getting reported, you know? And that is super discouraging, especially when you're just trying to just trying to help people, you know? I couldn't figure out why I kept getting reported. And now I'm just figuring it, DeMayo, in that it's just people who are trolling me, you know? And I don't understand why. I don't do anything to anybody. So, thanks. Thank you for the compliment, Chase. But I really enjoy going live. And so when I go live, I get to come on here and do things with you guys. In fact, I'm going to order one of my shirts because I haven't ordered one. So let's go there and order me one too. So that way, we can do this together. Oh, gosh, I don't understand why that link's not, or why it's not working for me. Okay, so I want to do a baseball tee. So I'm going to order the baseball tee. And what color am I going to do? Purple Rush, Indigo and Heather White, or red and premium heather. Purple, baby. Purple. I'm going to do this one. With the snitching on your addiction on the back. Okay. I love purple. So for those of you guys that don't know, my favorite colors are purple and gold or yellow. My favorite jewelry is silver or white gold or platinum. I think it's cool. Don't y'all think it's cool? I'm glad you like it. I thought of you guys when I made them. Of course, y'all are the reason why I made them. Oh, really? Purple and yellow? Oh, let's see what TikTok said back to me. Please type your reply above this line. This web form is not applicable to your request to receive a reply. I'm telling you something, like TikTok, it makes it so hard to get a hold of them, you guys. It's like they don't want you to get a hold of them. Because I have like messaged them like 6 times. Oh, no, he doesn't mom guilt me. He's only 7. Oh, Missy, I love you too. Of course. Yes, Nick, they can. No, I'm not nervous. Why? Hey, Daryl, what's up, honey? That just... I have messaged them like probably 6 or 7 times trying to talk to them about this banning situation, and they just... No matter what, you guys, I could like message them and they're never gonna want. They never answer it, ever. Oh, it's so aggravating. Yeah, same. Hey, Vincent, what's up, honey? It's so annoying, dude. It's like you have a whole platform full of people who, you know, are like using this platform, right? We help each other here on Real Talk Recovery. We are doing things to help each other. We're doing recovery content. And it's like, you think they would want to help their creators. Anyway, I wanted to get some feedback from you guys on what videos y'all want me to make. So I'm still doing the secrets keep you sick, but I have seen that a lot of you guys have stopped. You can't send me the secrets on TikTok anymore because I shut my DMs down. I know that sucks, and a lot of people are going to be upset. But you guys, like, it's just, I cannot keep up with them damn DMs. It's so many DMs that I'm just like tripping, you know. So, relapse prevention. You want me to make videos about it? Oh, yeah. Nate doesn't remember, Chase. He don't remember. He was only 1 when it happened, so he doesn't remember at all. So that's why. These are the 2 most devastating addictions that I have ever experienced as an addict. My stomach is killing me. Exactly. That's how I feel about it too. I don't know. I don't know if it's just people hating on me, that are like angry that I'm somewhat successful on the app or what. But it's like, come on now, you guys. Like, back up off me. Let me live, you know? So I wanted to do like a recovery support group meeting here on Thursdays, and that's why I was asking you guys to come up and share. So if there's anybody here in the chat that wants to come up and share how they're doing in their recovery, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to look up and we're going to do a meditation together, okay? So let's look up 24 hours. It's a thought for the day. Thought for the day. Okay? If you want to come up and share, all you got to do is send in a request to join the live, honey. Okay? Thought for the day. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Yes, my Patreon is wide open, baby. Come on with it. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Thought for the day. If we are still clinging to something that we will not let go, we must sincerely ask our higher power to help us to be willing to let even that go too. We cannot divide our lives into compartments and keep some for ourselves. We must give all the compartments to our higher power. We must say, "My Creator, I am willing that you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and others. Am I still clinging to something that I will not let go?" So, letting go of our character defects and asking our higher power to get rid of them for us, so that way we can be of service to ourselves and to others, right? Right. So here's an example, okay? So a character defect of mine, okay, a character defect of mine is sometimes like I can be overly aggressive, okay? And see, this is a character defect that I actually prayed for God to help me with when I first started making videos back in 2017. So for those of you guys that don't know, I started my YouTube channel, which is Real Talk Recovery, in 2017, and I was really, really gung-ho, super aggressive, and just like pop, pop, pop with recovery. I was all in on the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I was like a preacher from the pulpit, baby. You got to get sober. If you don't get sober, you will die. Yeah, you have to come. You know, I was on it. I was very aggressive. And I started to realize that the way that I was delivering my message, instead of bringing people to me, it was pushing people away from me. And they couldn't. They wanted to be a part of what I was doing, but the way I was delivering my message was hard to swallow because I was so aggressive, okay, with what I believed in. So I prayed and I changed the way I deliver my message, and I'm a lot more understanding. I'm a lot more open-minded. I'm open-minded to all recovery paths. I'm open-minded to all programs, not just 12 steps. And when I changed that, it changed everything. So many people started reaching out to me. So many people started following me. It was like a 100% different change, right? And so that was something that I was holding on to and not letting go of, that was holding me back, that I was able to let go of. And then it opened me up to be of service and to be helpful to people. Okay. And so that, I know you guys might not realize it, but some of you guys that are like in like AA or NA, a lot of the times what you can do is you can get so like overly into those programs that's the only thing you ever talk about. It's the only way you try to share with others, and it can almost come off as like too much, overwhelming to other people. And so I learned that, and I was able to open myself up to be able to share more openly from all different recovery programs. And that opened me up to being able to help so many more people. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I don't know how they decide whether you have access or not. I don't have live access, so can't share. That's weird. I don't know why you have It says you have enough followers to do it. It says, oh, I think you have to have 1,000. I think that's what I think it is. I really think it, sorry. Okay. So, how many of you guys have character defects that you're hanging on to? Can you think of any off the top of your head? I can think of more of my own character defects that I could tell you about. So, another character defect that I struggle with is sometimes I can be very territorial over people that I care about, right? And I can get jealous, like when I have friendships. And it's because what has happened to me in my life is that when I've made friends before, I've gotten burned by people. And so now when I make friends, it's like those friends are so important to me. I'm afraid that I'm going to get burned. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to work on that too. Okay, let's do this next one because it's the next meditation. So it goes like this. It goes thought for the day, meditation of the day, and prayer for the day. So now we're going to read the meditation. The laws of nature cannot be changed and must be obeyed if you are to stay healthy. No exceptions will be made in your case. Oh. Hello? What's up? I can't hear you. Are you on here? Okay. Sorry, guys. Submit to the laws of nature or they will finally break you. And in the realm of the spirit, in all human relationships, submit to the moral laws and to the will of God. If you continue to break the laws of honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love, you will be broken to some extent yourself. If you are dishonest, impure, selfish, and unloving, you will not be living according to the law of the Spirit, and you will suffer the consequences. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may submit to the laws of nature and to the laws of my higher power. I pray that I may live in harmony with all the laws of life. Okay. Can y'all hear me? I hope y'all can hear me. Howdy, Terry. Howdy. Hey, Ariel. Ariel. So what we're doing, you guys, if any of you guys want to come up and share, if you have 1,000 followers, I think you can just press a button in the corner and it'll say request to go live with me, and you can come up and share how you're doing in your recovery and how you're feeling and what you're working on, okay? And so that's what I'm doing. I just read out of the 24-hour-a-day meditation. And so now we're just talking about character defects and character defects. Everybody has character defects. Everybody has things that we struggle with, right? I know. I just noticed that too. Life's just beginning. Why did it go away? That's so weird. Hold on. Oh, okay. There we go. Is it back now? Yes, it's back now. So if you want to join me, you can come up and share what you're working on and how you're feeling and how your sobriety's going. And if you're struggling, that's okay too. You can come up and talk about that too. That's okay. I don't want people to think that they can't come up here because they're not sober. If you're not sober and you want to get sober and you want to connect with us, you can come up and share too. Okay? All I ask is to not be using drugs on the camera, okay? So, back to it. When I was in my active addiction, I would have never been willing to look at my flaws, or to take ownership for those things because I was in denial. I was in denial that I was even doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. I felt like, oh, well, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just getting high. My addiction doesn't affect anybody but me, right? But that's a lie. That's a lie that we tell ourselves because we are affecting people, We are affecting a lot of people with our addiction. Hold on. Do you have live access? Go on your account, Randa, and go to your privacy settings and try to go live from your own account and see if it allows you to do that, and then come in and let me know. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If you're under the influence, don't be using on camera. But if you are still using and you want to come up because you want to talk, anybody is welcome here. It doesn't matter if you're sober or not. Okay, guys? Everybody is welcome here. There's no like rules that you can't be a part of Real Talk Recovery because you're still in active addiction. In fact, the most important people are the people that are still struggling with their addiction. Those are the people that we all need to be willing to help and support no matter what, because we were once just like those people. Okay, we were once getting high. We were once ashamed. We were once, feeling all that guilt. And you know what? I wish whenever I was in my active addiction, I wish I knew about online support, that I could have come and hung out with people whenever I was struggling, because then I would have had a connection with people that were in recovery. And it probably would have been a lot easier for me to get into recovery, but I was so ashamed. I want to get help. How do I get off drugs? Is that what you're saying, Kaylee? And you're a teenager? See, and that's another thing, you guys. Like, here on TikTok, there are so many kids that are watching these live streams that are underage. Underage 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. Hey, Amanda, how are you doing, honey? How do I get Suboxone? So it depends on what state you're in. But basically, there's different options, okay? So if you have insurance, you can actually just go online and Google Suboxone doctors in your city and then call, California? What part? What part of California are you in? Thanks, Pumpkin. Hammett. Is that close to Santa Ana? Because anyway, I work for Dr. B. You can come and see us for Suboxone treatment. Been relapsing and my fiance just found my needle. Broke my heart seeing that in his hand. Abby, are you okay? Oh gosh, really, Randa? Are you serious? You need to appeal that. You need to email TikTok and tell them, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to come on. Let me see if it will let you. It won't even let you do like it won't even let me send you like a regular live thingy. So Amanda, you see that phone number in my bio, the 1-800 number? If you can call me on that number after we get off the live stream, and I'll help you with a doctor, Suboxone doctor in California. I work for Dr. B in California. It's just so hard. I feel so guilty. So Abby, okay, so he found it. So guess what, girl? Now it's not a secret. Now it's all out in the open. And now guess what? Now you can get sober. Now you can get help. So Amanda, call me on that number after we end the live, okay? Now you can get sober. So that's great. You know what? I'm glad he found it, because now you can come clean and you can get better. So today is going to be the beginning of the rest of your life. How do I get drugs? I'm not okay. Well, Kaylee, I'm not going to help you get drugs, honey. What kind of drugs are you trying to get? Yes, so Abby, that's great. You know what? When we're like hiding out and we're like thinking nobody knows, everybody knows. Everybody knows. And if they don't know yet, they'll soon to be finding out. So this is perfect for you to start your journey in recovery. So he found it. Now, what I would do if I were you is I would sit down with him. What drugs are you abusing? Is it methamphetamine or opiates? I would sit down with him and I would say, I've been hiding this, and I feel like this was fate. This was God's way of helping me get the help I need, because you found me out now. Okay? And tell your significant other, I want to get help and I'm ready to get help. And don't just say it. take action. Okay, so if you really want to get help and you want to get sober and you want to find either like a treatment center or an IOP or recovery meetings to go to, you can, like I said, anybody can call that number in my bio. It comes straight to my phone, and I'll help you find recovery resources in your area. I'll help you find a treatment center in your area. I'll help you get signed up for like counseling in your area. I can help you get into like recovery groups. I can help you find medication assisted treatment. Like I can help you do all of that. But that is the first thing you need to do is just start looking for help. And then the moment you find the help that you need, take it. Okay, so a lot of the times what happens is like we want to get the help, right? But then we are scared and we don't take action and we just sit there and we think about it, right? And we kind of stall. When you get found out like you've been found out, now it's time to start. Right? Now it's time to start. Let's jump on. Let's not waste any time. Let's get it together, okay? So you're not alone. Like I said, anybody that needs help, listen to me, you guys. I'm not, okay, girl, go let your dog out, girl. I'm not, like, I don't get paid to, like, I'm not trying to make you go to the treatment center I work for. Like, if you need help, I will help you find free treatment in your area. I will help you find anything that you are willing to do. What drug are you abusing, Abby? That's what we need to know, because if you're an IV user and it's opiates, then it's not going to be that simple. Because we all know when we go through withdrawal how that is. So you need to tell me what you're using first. Yeah, so counseling is a great idea. Great. That's an awesome first step. So what you could do, Abby, is you could get enrolled into an intensive outpatient treatment center, okay? Where they do therapy and they do recovery meetings and they do like relapse prevention. But first, you have to get sober, okay? So how are you going to get on? What are you on? That's what we need to figure out. What drugs are you on? And then we can go from there. Sorry, I had to get my handy dandy notepad. Well, hey Whitley, what's up? Yes, that's right. That's right, you guys. And so what I would do, yeah, just give me a call and I'll help you out, okay? No problem. And so for those of you guys that are just coming into the chat, I have shut my DMs off. So if you guys want to DM me, I need you to DM me on Instagram. I cannot keep up with all the DMs here. And on Instagram, it's a lot easier. So follow me on Instagram at Real Talk Recovery. Okay? Because I literally opened my DMs from taking 2 days off from TikTok, you guys, and I can't even find, it's like so many messages, I can't do it. So I need you to go to Instagram, follow the Real Talk Recovery account there, and then send me a message there, because it's a lot easier and more, the way they do their messages on Instagram is a lot easier. Okay, so and here's another thing, you guys, like if you're somebody who is addicted to opiates and you're like, I can't go to treatment, I've tried everything, and you want to get on a medication assisted treatment, do not be ashamed, okay? I used to be so ashamed because I got on MAT, and it was the best decision I ever made in my entire life. It saved my life. I wouldn't even be alive today if I hadn't have done it. Okay, and so if you need resources to find MAT, all you have to do is call me. That's why there's a 1-800 number in my bio. Y'all can call me and I'll give you the resources. Also, anybody is welcome in these group chats, okay? I don't know if you guys, don't be ashamed. Yes, exactly, Christy. Nobody should be ashamed. whatever recovery pathway you choose should be respected, you know, and I'm proud of you, whatever path that you choose. Shit, I'm proud of you for fucking getting sober. Who gives a fuck which way you did it, you know? I think a lot of times what happens is when we get sober, so like I got sober through getting on MAT, Suboxone. And then maybe my friend got sober through abstinence. And maybe another friend got sober through methadone. Like, all of us think that our ways was the best way because it was the way that saved us. But we have to open our minds and remember that not everyone is like us. Not everyone is the same as us. And so what worked for me might not work for someone else, you know. And I've learned that so much over the years. I have been making videos about recovery for like 4.5 years, okay? And I have met so many different kinds of people. And I have learned how different all of our bodies are and how different our bodies respond to medications. Anyone who needs help, please reach out to her. She will help. I appreciate her so much. Hey. Stigma is real. I had a girl, I don't know if she's in here, her name was Loey Low, and she had reached out to me, and it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. But honey, we did it. We did it. Christy, I know what you mean. So I guess I can share with you guys how I started Suboxone. So in 2015, when my son got taken away from me, I went straight into detox. Like, I did not pass go. I did not collect $200. I did not waste any time. I went straight into detox. When I went into detox, I stayed there for 5 days. Then I begged him to let me stay an extra day, and then I went into rehab. When I got out of rehab, my husband picked me up, and he had gotten on Suboxone while I was in rehab. I was so mad at him because I thought he was trying to, you know, manipulate the system. I had never taken Suboxone for like treatment, you know, and 210 days, girl. I'm so proud of you. I really am proud of you, girl. I was like, I can't get on Suboxone. That's not sober. And I told my husband, you're just trying to manipulate the system. You're going to get our kid taken from us forever. And he was like, Nicole, I swear, like, this really helps me. I wasn't hearing it. I was like, whatever, fuck you. And so I, you know, didn't get on it. 2 or 3 days went by, and I was having the worst cravings ever. I was praying, I was meditating, I was going to my recovery meetings. I had a sponsor. And it was bad. And that's when I decided to call my doctor and my psychiatrist. And that's when we decided that I would try it too. And I got on Suboxone. And like I said, I was 100% had nothing. I wasn't even on any psych meds. I got on Suboxone, and it really threw me for a loop. It made me feel really tired. And I thought, oh gosh, I can't do this. After about 3 or 4 days, it balanced out. And I started to feel normal again, and I felt regular, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be okay. I am gonna be okay, you know. And I started working the 12 steps with a sponsor. I started chairing meetings. I started helping others. I started my own women's meditation group, and I was just like gung-ho, 100% all in. And then after my first year being sober on Suboxone, I got custody of my son back. And then I just kept going. I just kept going up and up and up and up and up from there. And then in 2019, I decided it was time for me to start tapering. And that's when I started tapering. So, I was the same way, y'all. That's why you need to go to Mara. If you're on Suboxone and you have not been welcomed at meetings, you need to go to Mara. I'll put it in the chat. Okay? Here it is right here, y'all. It's the best, y'all. I'm going to start doing a Mara meeting every Friday night at 7:30 or at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time here on TikTok and YouTube. So Mara is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. It is a 12-step program for men and women who are using medication assisted treatment as a part of a tool in their tool belt. In other states, you know that Suboxone and methadone are considered completely sober. Like, nobody judges people on them except for down here in the South. So it's opiates, Amanda, huh? What's today? Thursday? Mara. My friend Jeff created it, and it is amazing. Hey, Nikki. Nikki knows. Nikki's a part of Mara, too. So is Diana. Y'all will love it. Mara. Mara has no judgment at all. In fact, it says Mara. Our code is no judgment. And here's another thing, you guys. Like, even since I've gotten sober, like, I have opened my mind so much to different forms of recovery. Like, I used to be really closed-minded because even though I was on Suboxone, I was brought up in AA and in this abstinence mindset. And so I couldn't see it any other way. I couldn't see it any other way. Okay? And even though I was on Suboxone, I still thought that using medical marijuana was not a good idea, you know? And I didn't see how these things can be beneficial to others. And I learned that. Oh, Vicky, that's okay, girl. I'm proud of you for getting honest about it. What happened, Vicky? Tell us about, why do you think you relapsed after 7 months? Hey, Shannon. Miss Vicky. I'm writing your name. Okay, you moved back to your hometown and you were around old people, places, and things. When you moved back to your hometown, did you immediately feel triggered? Did you know when you moved back that something was up? So, okay, this is great. Thank you for talking about it, Vicky. Oh, an old boyfriend. What do you know? What do you know? And so you ran into your old boyfriend. Hey, Lady Burke, you ran into your old boyfriend and you didn't tell nobody. You didn't tell nobody that you was running into your old boyfriend and that you were struggling. You just kept it in your mind, right? You didn't snitch on your addiction, did you? You kept it in your mind, and you kind of just like, it's okay. I can just hang out with him every now and then. Am I right? Am I right, girl? Is that what happened? And the next thing you know, let me guess, you fell and landed on him. It's okay. I totally understand. I've done the same thing so many times. I have literally done that a million times. That's why I know now. You guys, do you think that I just woke up one day and knew how to stay sober? No. I literally ran my head into the wall 17 times, okay? I literally relapsed from doing the same thing over and over and over again so many times, okay? So now that you know that your hometown and this old boyfriend, not a good idea, right? Not a good idea. So now what you need to do is you need to start talking about what you're going through, and you need to reach out for help. So Vicky, you have to come up out of your shell, okay? There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's no reason to be embarrassed. There's no reason to not reach out for help. If you're struggling with opiate addiction after 7 months and you feel like you need to do something like a MAT treatment program, do it. do it. Also, make sure that when you find your MAT treatment program, make sure it's a program that requires you to have some kind of group meetings. So that way you also have accountability and a group of people that can help you. Hey girl, what's up, mama? I know, it really is hard. You're right, Christy, it is. And if you want to go back to treatment, that's if you know a treatment center that you can go to, then do it, girl. Nothing to be ashamed of, okay? Nothing to be ashamed of, you guys. But that's what we do. We go into the situation, we know it's icky. We can feel it in our gut, and we don't tell anybody. So when I first got my son back, I was the same way. Hold on, guys. When I first got Nathaniel back, you're not going to hurt them, Vicky. Listen to me, okay? You're going to hurt them more if you fall all the way off and you end up getting caught up, okay? The truth will always set you free. Go and get the help that you need before it's too late. Do not fuck around, all right? Don't fuck around. What do you do about triggers when it comes to the stigma you find from medical professionals? Oh, stigma for medical professionals? Hey, Lady Burke. Honestly, I choose medical professionals that support me in my recovery. My primary care physician, he is amazing, and he is so proud of me. We talk about my sobriety when I go in, and he's very helpful, but he's also not going to set me up for failure. Let me give you an example. About 6 months ago, I walked into his office, and I told him, I'm fat. I want to lose weight. Can you prescribe me something to help me get on my path, right? He would not give me phentermine, and that's what I wanted. I knew it would help me lose the weight. But he told me, normally I would prescribe you the Adipex, but because I know you have an addiction problem, I don't want to do that because I don't want it to trigger you or cause you to pick up. And so, you guys, as much as I was upset because I knew that the phentermine would help me, he did that was the right thing for him to do, because me and that shit would be like legal meth, honey. You know, good, thank you. Yes, please add me on Instagram, you guys, at Real Talk Recovery, because I have too many DMs on this TikTok. I cannot get to them. So please. Oh, shit, my knee. You guys, why are you guys scared to talk about having cravings in sobriety? It is totally normal to want to think about getting high. Hey, William, it's totally normal. I saw Ronnie Morales made a video the other day, and he said the same thing, that he was embarrassed to talk about it, you know? He was embarrassed to talk about it. And that's the thing, you guys, there is no point that you're going to reach in your sobriety where you are like cured, right? I know people who have been sober for 25 years and they still have days where they think about using, you know? This past week, Nicole, I've legit been in relapse mode. What happened, JoJo? What happened? You better talk about it, girl. Start snitching on your addiction. And, it's okay to have those thoughts, right? You guys, it's literally okay to have those thoughts. But when you have those thoughts, when that stuff starts going through your mind, when you start thinking about it, you need to go into overdrive. You need to go into protection mode. Oh my God, I know that I'm thinking about using. I know that there's something going on inside of me and I need help. I need help. What am I going to do? How can I change what's going on inside of me, you know? Oh, grief. Okay, now I understand. So there's 5 stages of grief, okay? And grieving is so difficult, especially when you're getting sober. Because what did we do? When we had losses in our life, in addiction, what do we do? Oh, my baby daddy died. I'm getting high. Oh, my pit bull died. I'm getting high. Oh, my best friend died. I'm getting high. Let me tell y'all a story about grief. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. In 2004 or 2005, okay, first of all, let me take you back to high school. So kindergarten to 12th grade, I had a friend. Her name was Nikki. Best friend I ever had in my whole entire life. Nikki Beasley. I will never, ever forget her, okay? We were such best friends that I was her maid of honor at her wedding. We were such best friends that when we graduated high school, we got jobs at the same place together. Like, we were best friends. We were such best friends that whenever I was in a relationship with a guy who was beating me, I had nowhere to go. She made a whole room for me in her house, built furniture for me, and paid my credit card bills until I could get back on my feet. That's the kind of best friend she was. She was my ride or die, okay? And in like 2005, she and her husband, I don't know if he was cheating on her or what, but something was going on, okay? And she was in active addiction. She was struggling, and she was injecting meth and Oxycontin. So this was back when Oxycontin was still like really big and all that. Her and her husband, I don't know if they were having a hard time or what, but she thought he was cheating on her, okay? And so she had called me and, was upset and told me that she thought he was cheating. And I was like, no, he would never do that to you, because I really didn't think he would. Well, it was like a couple days later, they had gotten into another argument, and he went to work. And I guess she was calling his phone a bunch. And so when he went to work, he shut his phone off. And so her calls were just going straight to voicemail. Well, she couldn't handle that. And so she went over to her brother's trailer, because they all lived on this big piece of land. It was the grandma, the mom, the brother, and her. And they all had their own trailers, super nice trailers. She couldn't get a hold of him. She was really upset. She went over to her brother's house, got his gun, went back home, went into the room that she had made for me, sat on my bed, took a pile of covers, folded up like this, and put them right here, and shot herself in the chest. Okay, so I have no idea this happened. So I'm just getting off work, and I go to my mom and dad's house, and I get a phone call from one of our mutual friends, this girl named Amanda. And Amanda called me, and she's like, you need to get to Nikki's house right now. She shot herself in the chest, and we don't know if she's gonna make it. And so I immediately got in my car and drove over to her house, which was literally like half a mile away from my parents' house. And I drove there, and I will never forget it, you guys. They had her whole house caution taped off, and I pulled up in the driveway, and I skidded threw my car in the park, and I jumped out of my car, and I just fucking fell over on the porch crying, because that was my best friend. She was my best friend. Like, I had nowhere to go because LD was beating me so bad. He was beating me all the time, to the point where I was so desperate and miserable. But I thought that I deserved it. I thought that I deserved to be beaten. And I had nowhere to go. He had gotten so bad to where I had lost my job because of it, because I was going to work all fucked up, and I lost my job. And so Nikki and her husband cleaned out their spare bedroom, you know, built me some dressers, all kinds of cool shit, paid my bills so I could get on my feet. Well, the police or the hospital called like right after I got there, and they told us that she was dead, that she had died. And that was it. And I was in my active addiction. And so what did I do because I was in my active addiction? I went out and got all the Xanax bars I could and was eating Xanax and shooting dope. And when they had her funeral, I was so high. I was a disgrace. I was a disgrace to my poor friend because I was so high. I literally fell over on the casket high, crying my eyes out in the middle of this funeral, you know? But, sorry. She was a good friend. And I was mad at myself. At first, I was mad. I was pissed. I was like, I hate myself. There was something I could have done. I could have changed it. Then I got mad at her. Then I got sad and I started crying a lot. It was like back and forth, sad, mad, like scared, angry, just so many different emotions, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But because I was in active addiction, I never dealt with those emotions. I just sat there and got high over it, you know? I just sat there and got high over it instead of dealing with my emotions. And to this day, I still feel so horrible, like I could have done something different, you know? So I'm telling you guys, like, if that's what you're going through and you have grief, okay? What you need to do is you need to talk about it. You need to process it. Let me tell you what my counselor had me do whenever I was in treatment. So I went to treatment shortly after all that happened, okay? And I was in treatment and they had me write a letter, okay? They had me write a letter to Nikki on what I wanted to say to her and how I felt about what happened. And then I was supposed to write a letter back from her to myself of what I think she would say, okay? It was so cathartic, you guys, doing this. But I was able to like do this letter and write it to her and then write it back to myself from her and read it to everybody in the treatment center, right? And it was like, it helped me to have closure on what happened with her. It was amazing. I was bawling my eyes out. I mean, but it was so helpful to like, it was almost like she was, because I wrote the letter of what she would say back to me. And then my counselor sat in front of me, in front of everyone, and read the letter back to me as Nikki. And it was like, I'm telling you guys, like, these were people I didn't know. We were all in treatment together, but I was crying like a baby because it was her. I know what she would say to me, you know what I mean? And I know she wouldn't want me to be all freaking out and crying, you know? Now, let me tell you something else that happened, though. So, after her passing, you know, I continued to use drugs, especially methamphetamine. And me and her had a song that was our favorite song together. It was called, Can You Help Me? I'm bent. I'm so scared that I'll never get put back together. Y'all know that song? So, one day, I was in my little Ford Focus driving, and that song came on. And when that song came on, guess what else happened? My speedometer went and my radio flashed on and off, on and off. And that's when I knew this bitch is with me. She is literally with me. And so whenever that happened, I remember I called my mom immediately and told her that Nikki was in the car with me. I know she is. And ever since then, I felt like I was going to be okay, you know? So, Matchbox 20, yep. Oh yeah, girl, you know I had to take off my damn Mickey Mouse head. Oh. And here's the thing, Jojo, this is going to continue to happen until, you know, it's good. I'm not trying to be mean, okay? But the longer you stay sober, the more friends you're going to see that are going to die, okay? My friend Ashley died, as both of my friends died because of suicide, okay? Oh, you did? It doesn't show it, honey. I don't know why I can't see it. My nose is just all jacked up. So, sorry. Here's what I've been doing, okay? The 5 stages of grief. If you go on, like YouTube, okay? This helps me so much. Like, I read about this kind of stuff, and it helps me. But the bottom line is, okay? I'm going to be straight up with you. Some people have to die so we can live. Many people are going to die from the disease of addiction. And that's the sad part about it. But those people are dying so that you can live. You know, and those people are examples of what you don't want to be. And that's where you'll go if you decide to use. And so, as bad and as it hurts and as sad as it is, you have to use those people as motivation to stay on the right path. You know, I'm telling you guys, I have lost so many friends since getting sober. I mean, any person that I used with that didn't get sober is either dead or still using drugs, or they got sober. That's just the bottom line of it. You're either going to get sober, or you're going to die, you're going to go to jail, you know. A terrifying story, girl. What you want trying to sign me a terrifying story for? Oh, my nose itches, sorry. Oh yeah, of course it doesn't make it hurt any less. I mean, listen, you guys, you can be a therapist, a counselor, a doctor, a lawyer. Like, you still have feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I help people with addiction all the time, and it doesn't make it any easier to. When I lost, okay, let's back up to May. Remember when I lost Hannah and Rachel? That was devastating for me. That was probably one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And I've helped thousands and thousands of people since starting TikTok that I know, that I talk to, you know what I mean? And so whenever those 2 young ladies died, I'll tell you all the stories since there's a lot of new people here. So back in April 4th, I was in California working for Dr. B. And while I was there, I got a phone call from a girl named Rachel looking for help. She wanted to go to treatment. And she wanted to go to treatment at Dr. B's treatment center. So I was like, okay. And so I was getting her assessed, getting to know her, talking to her on the phone every day, and just doing what I do, you know? And as I got to know her, she opened up to me about prostitution. She opened up to me about how she was living with a pimp, and he was very abusive. And she opened up to me about wanting to get sober because her daughter was going to be 4 in May 15th. And we became like really good friends. Like literally within 1 week, we were like talking every single day. I don't know what it was about this girl, but she was just special. Like, I'm telling you guys, if she had gotten sober, it would have been amazing, because this girl was fucking electrifying. Like, I loved her. And so within that week, she had introduced me to her best friend, Hannah. And so the way the relationship went was like this. Hannah had never used drugs in her life. She was straight-laced, good girl. Rachel was strung out. Rachel came from a family of addicts. Her mom passed away from addiction and HIV. Her dad was in prison. Her brother was in active addiction. Like, it was just, you know. And Hannah's mom is a surgeon. And so Hannah had always kind of taken care of Rachel. Like, when Rachel was struggling and didn't have money, Hannah rescued her. You know, just best friends. And you know how it is when you have one person that's not an addict and the other person is. Sometimes there's a little bit of enabling going on, that kind of thing. Well, Rachel's pimp found out that she was talking to me and took all her money. She had $8,000 saved up. She was going to fly to California and do treatment. Took all of her money, beat her, and broke her ribs. So her and Hannah called me and they were like, listen, we found this free treatment center for Rachel to go to in Tennessee, and we're going to go there. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm here to support you. I'm here to help. And so now I'm talking to both girls, Rachel and Hannah, every single day on a daily basis. In fact, Rachel and Hannah called me one night and they said, we want to dedicate this song to you, and I want y'all to listen to it, okay? They said they want to dedicate this song to me because it reminds them of me. When y'all hear this song, y'all are going to cry. Okay? So they dedicate this song to me and they get on the road to go to Tennessee so she can go into treatment. Okay? Hold on just a second. To go into treatment. So they get to the hotel room. And they check in. Hannah goes and takes a shower. Rachel's on the phone with me. Rachel says, girl, I'm going to call you back now. I'm going to get in the shower. I was like, okay, girl. And then she calls me back like 7 minutes later and she's freaking out. I'm like, what's wrong? And she was like, right when I hung up with you, there was a knock on the door. And she said, something in me just told me not to open the door. So I looked through the peephole. It was her pimp. He had followed her all the way to Tennessee. And so she called 911, told the police, hey, you need to come get this dude and arrest him. You know what they said? It's your word against his, and they wouldn't arrest him. Now, let you listen to this song.
Maggie came home one day with a raggedy Ann. She said, Mama, look what I found in the neighbor's garbage can. Had a missing left arm and a right button eye hanging by a thread. She carried it gently up to her room and laid it on her bed. With her other dolls, she loves the broken ones, the ones that need a little patching up. She sees the diamond in the rough and makes it shine like new. It really doesn't take that much, a willing heart and a tender touch. If everybody loved like she does, there'd be a lot less broken ones. 20 years later in a shelter on 18th Avenue, a 17-year-old girl shows up all black and blue. Needle tracks in her left arm, almost too weak to stand. She says, I'm lost and I need help, as Maggie takes her hand and says, come on in. She loves the broken ones, the ones that need a little patching up. She sees the diamond in the rough and makes it shine like new. It really doesn't take that much, a willing heart and a tender touch. If everybody loved like she does, there'd be a lot less broken ones. If you call her an angel, she'll be quick to say to you, she's just doing one, the one who died for her
So let me tell you what happened now. So, sorry, I get really emotional because when they, anyway, anyway. So the police didn't even arrest him. So she doesn't know that. She thinks the police arrest him and like take him and put him away, right? Well, her and Hannah got ready that night and they wanted to go out to eat. So they went to Nashville to go out to eat. He followed them there. They had no idea. And so they're in the restaurant and they're eating, and they go to leave, and Rachel went outside to smoke a cigarette. She walks out the restaurant, she turns to the right, and he just decks her right in the face, punches her. Of course, they call 911, and now he gets arrested. He gets arrested and he goes to jail. She goes into treatment. It's like a faith-based treatment center, and they don't have medical staff. She makes it like half a night and leaves and comes back to Virginia. Hannah comes back to Virginia, and Hannah calls me and tells me, she's back in Virginia. What are we going to do? What should we do? And I was like, I know what we can do. We'll get her into the Suboxone clinic. She can go start Suboxone, and maybe that will help her, And so we called the clinic, and she got an appointment for the next day, literally the next day. And so she called me. I'm all excited. I'm pumping her up. She's like, we're going to do this. Well, that next morning, Hannah went to work, and she was calling Rachel at lunch to see if she was okay and see if she's getting ready for her appointment. And Rachel wasn't answering the phone. So she said, fuck this. I'm going to the house to check on her. So she goes to the house, and she walks in, and she finds Rachel overdosed with just foam coming out of her mouth, dead. She gives her Narcan, and they rush her to the emergency room, and she is intubated with the thing down her throat and like basically on life support. She's on life support. When they weighed her in the hospital, she was 79 pounds. Okay? She was gone. What had happened when he punched her in the face? She had a stroke, a silent stroke when that happened. And then when she was in the emergency room, she had another stroke. So she was brain dead. And so she didn't have any family. So the only family she had was her daughter's grandparents. And so the daughter's grandparents came, and they decided to, take her off life support. And so she passed away. Hannah called me. She was crying. I was crying. We were all crying. It was horrible. It was devastating. Devastating. Well, Hannah went and got Rachel's phone and was going through it, and had seen that the whole time the pimp was texting her and calling her and saying things to her like, if you don't give me this money, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your friends. Just like all these threats, right? From the jailhouse. I don't know what Hannah did, but she did something. She called him, or he called her, and she answered the phone on Rachel's phone. And that's when he said to her, if you don't pay me the $1,500 that Rachel owes me, I will kill you. And she called me immediately and told me what happened. And I said, listen, you go to the police right away. Danielle, message me on Instagram at Real Talk Recovery. On Instagram. That's the best way, because my DMs are not, they're like easy for me to reach over there. So she goes to the police. She lets them know what's going on. And of course, they're like, I don't know, told her to stay home. So she goes to her mom's house that night, and she stays at her mom's house. I'm like, girl, do not go anywhere without somebody with you. Do not go back over to your house. The next morning, she woke up and she went back to her house to get some clothes. On her way out of her apartment, she was shot and killed. She was pregnant. She had just told me that night that she was pregnant. And they had her fucking shot and killed. This pimp did, from the jail. He wasn't even free. And so I don't know his name. I just know his street name. And so I need to find out if I can find it I'm sure it's in the paper now. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, in Virginia. And her name was Hannah. Rachel's last name was an Italian last name. I have to look it up. I have it in my papers. But yeah, so this happened in May. So I met her April 4th, and this happened in May. Anyways, it was horrible. Horrible. Is that who it was? That West Virginia girl? But that's what I want y'all to know, that this happened, and it happened because the police didn't take her seriously. She had been calling them and telling them about this guy and how he was beating her. Hannah had even went to the police station with Rachel, and they reported the situation. And the police in Tennessee and in West Virginia, nobody took her seriously. And these two girls didn't have to die. Okay? Like, seriously, they didn't have to die, but the law failed them. The law failed them, you guys. It was horrible. Horrible. Both of these girls were smart, beautiful, young girls. It just makes me so mad. But I want y'all to know that that was one of the hardest things I've ever went through. Okay? The hardest experience I've had since I've gotten sober and helping other people was going through that with Hannah and Rachel, because those girls touched my heart. Like, they really touched my heart. Like, when they sent me that song, I literally, like, I've never heard that song in my life, you know? And when they sent me that song and I listened to it, that's how I am. I just want to help people. I just want to help other people. I just want to encourage other people. I just want to be there to support people. And for someone to see that in me made me feel so good. You know what I mean? Like, it made me feel like I was actually reaching somebody, you know? And I like to think that, you know, at least she knew that she had me as her friend, Rachel, because she had nobody except for me and Hannah. That's it. That's it. You know? So what happened after that was Hannah's mom called me, and I was just like, I had never met her in my life, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say, except for that I was sorry and that I was trying to help them, you know, help Rachel. And the thing about it is that because of Rachel's lifestyle and the life she was living and the things she was doing, her best friend got killed because of that, you know? And so that's how dangerous it is. Like, these people in the dope game, like, this guy was ruthless, dude. He literally orchestrated her killing from the jailhouse. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I get so emotional, you guys, but that was one of the hardest things I've been through since I've gotten sober. That was one of the hardest things, and then my husband's relapse was the other hardest thing. And those are two things that I've had to go through in my recovery, you know? It was hard, y'all. It was hard. I don't like that song, that I Ain't Got Anxiety song. I mean, I like it, but I feel like I don't like how it says fuck my sobriety. Exactly. Y'all, you guys have stories too. I think what we're going to do tomorrow, you guys, is a blue eyeshadow look. So today we did green, and then tomorrow I think we're going to do blue. What do y'all think? And then we did purple the other day. Why are you ashamed of your story, Steph? Okay, Sugar Limbs. Exactly. Be love. You actually have to feel the emotions. Of course you did, Frank. I bet you've made a difference in a lot of people's lives. Girl, you should be proud of yourself, you know? I live in Arkansas. I was born in New York, and I live in Arkansas. Lived in Arkansas almost all my life. I struggle with shame too. Shame about my situation with my son. But I'm getting through it. You know what? I can't believe people didn't see this video. Like, I thought it was so good. You guys listen to me, okay? Shame is the enemy, okay? It's okay to have a little bit of guilt. It's totally normal. It's totally normal. But shame is what keeps us sick. You know what I mean? Yes, I am the same way. With my son is where I struggle with the most shame. But you know what I've realized, you guys, is that our kids love us and they have forgiven us. You know, our kids have let go and they have forgiven us. Mama, I honestly have been banned for so long. I'll make it tonight before I go to bed. I gotta go see part 27 though. What y'all know what drives me insane is that this video I made talking, I wish more people seen it. It's like TikTok has just been throttling my shit. Yeah, me too, girl. That's how my son got so. I already did part 29. Mama K, are you on here? You hadn't seen it. I'll have to tag you in it. There you go. That's part 29. See? Okay. So, y'all tell me, what do you guys want me to make videos about? He doesn't. He was one when it happened, or he was just about to turn 1 when it happened, and so he doesn't even remember being taken away. William, you're learning. You're doing good. That's okay, Frank. You can share your story here on our channel. Let me see how many followers you got. Oh, gosh. Frank, I need you to work on getting your followers up, okay? Because that's how I bring you on the live stream. Or, I do have people on my YouTube channel, but normally I do it here because that way I can do it here and then I share it onto YouTube. Here's how it works, Frank. You get to 1,000 followers and then you can join my live with me. It's not my rule, it's TikTok's rule. But you guys, let's all help Frank get to 1,000 followers. Frank Garcia. You did so good, William. You did good. And I'm going to text you after I get off here and send you what I found, okay? For the Suboxone things. I'm proud of you, man. Oh, part 30, yeah. So, my story is really long, too. So, you know what I did, Frank? What I did, you guys, I'll show y'all what I did. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel, and I broke it down into 4 different parts. So, I'll show y'all. And this is what you guys can do, too. If you guys are like, I want to help people. I want to tell my story. This is what you do, okay? You get on YouTube, and you start yourself a channel. Okay, and so this is my story. It says, My Addiction, The Ugly Truth. And you see all these? That's my story. 4 parts. And then I have active addiction. I have all kinds of different stories in here now. Like, I have videos of where I've went on other people's pages and shared my story. So yeah. There's the link. Okay, let me see this. I really want to get these shirts to everybody. So, anyway, I'm going to get off here, y'all. It's 10 o'clock now. I've been on here for like 3 hours. But we will go live again tomorrow night, okay? I really appreciate you guys for supporting me. Please follow me on Instagram if you guys want to DM me, because the DMs, I shut them off on my TikTok. I can't handle it. If you guys have enjoyed being with me, please go and follow my my Instagram and my YouTube. It's all Real Talk Recovery. So it's super easy to find me, okay? Real Talk Recovery on YouTube, Real Talk Recovery on Instagram. If you want to message me, you can text me or message me on Instagram. I answer back. And I got, you guys go buy I have the shirts. I already made them. I told y'all. It's on, you have to go to my backup account, Addicted to Crime, and click that link and it'll take you to the shirts. But they're cute. I got baseball tees and regular t-shirts that say Real Talk Recovery on them. And like I said, we're going to use the money to pay for somebody's first month of sober living. Yes, Steph, go to my backup account. I have the link on my backup account, Addicted to Crime, and there's a link right there. Just click the link and it'll take you to the Bonfire app. But I'm on the Bonfire app. Real Talk Recovery is the thing. They're $24.99. They're not expensive. They're you know, fair amount, I guess you could say. Here, I'll show y'all, because since y'all are asking. Let me go to the Real Talk. But like I said, the money is not going to be, I'm not going to pocket the money. We're going to use it to help somebody else, because I don't need the money. I have my own money. So let me show y'all. This is my backup account right here, Addicted to Crime. You just go here and you click this link, okay? And then it doesn't take you to my website. And I'll show you, boop. That it says Real Talk Recovery on the front, okay? And then it says, keep snitching on your addiction, Real Talk Recovery on the back. This is just our first kind of like a run. I've never done them before. And so if you guys like these ones, then I would like for y'all to help me organize, or this, how's it called? Design the next ones, okay? So if these ones do good and y'all like them, then I would love for you guys to help me design the other ones. Okay? Okay, so follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 7:30. We go live here every single night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anybody is welcome. It doesn't matter if you're sober or not. We want you to be here and hang out with us, because we're all trying to help each other. Tomorrow at like 2, I will go live and we'll do my makeup, and y'all can do it with me. If you missed tonight's live stream, you can check the catch the replay on my YouTube channel. So like this live stream right here is going to go on my YouTube channel now. So if you miss it, you can always catch it there. Real Talk Recovery with Nicole on YouTube, Real Talk Recovery on Instagram, Real Talk Recovery on Facebook. All right. Love y'all.